Da 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 da. Yes, hello. Now, before I start, I know this isn't Diablo Immortal, alright? This is Diablo 2. I don't have Diablo Immortal installed. I played it for 2 hours and I uninstalled it. Not even because of the monetization stuff. I didn't get that far to really get into that, part of the game where they try to get you, you know? I just uninstalled it because it was the worst game I've ever played in my entire life. And I could get into that. Oh my, you're gonna be banging on that? Let me go over here. Chickens. I thought this place was gonna be quiet, peaceful. We'll stand right here. What was I saying? Wow, just derailed instantly. So it was the worst game I've ever played in my entire life. You basically just walk down a road, walk down a hallway, walk in a straight line. There's footprints telling you walk in down the straight line. You go down the road. It's just designed horribly. It's just awful. There's zero thought put into it. It's like you begin immediately. You're walking down this paved road, and that's it. You're just walking down a paved road. There's like monsters on the paved road, cultists on the paved road. There's a big ritual circle, cultist ritual circle where they're summoning something on the paved road. Not in the forest. Not in the forest. Oh, when I'm a cultist, I'm just always like, let me just do my ritual in the middle of the street. Let me just go down the middle of the most busy road where I live and just do a ritual and sacrifice people. That's what I think. I'm like, that's the spot to do it because it's like, they don't expect that. That's like the last place they would think that there'd be a ritual happening. So that's how they got away with it. It's just stupid, right? They should be in the forest. They should be in the forest. But it's just such a lazy game. But it's not a game. It's a vehicle for the shop, right? Diablo Immortal as a game is the most awful, boring, just lazy. It's just there's nothing to it, right? Now the shop, now they went all out with the monetization. In fact, they actually went a little too far. And when I say a little too far, I mean so far that they make other pay-to-win mobile games, other predatory mobile games. They make them seem like they were developed by saints. Like Raid Shadow Legends, practically a free-to-play game. I mean, you could play it free to play, and it's actually, pretty great. Like, if you do that, it's not like a problem at all. But, like, compared to Diablo Immortal, like, it's insane. The numbers, like, if you're a free to play player on Diablo Immortal, it would take you 54 years on average to get a single 5-star gem, right? 54 years of just your every week and a half. Getting to do the reroll on a gem, and then you have a 0.045% chance of that being a 5-star, right? And that's one time every week and a half. So, yeah, that's the free to play experience. Now the pay to win experience. Well, it's hardly a pay to win experience if you don't win anything. If you don't get anything. So Quinn69, my favorite streamer. I don't know, am I allowed to say that? But, he spent $10,000, New Zealand dollars, but that's still, I don't know how much, that is. I mean, it's not over yet. He spent $10,000, and he has not received a single 5-star gem drop from the greater rifts or whatever they're called, in that empowered rifts, I don't know. But, like, the $25 rifts. Each rift is a $25 thing. Each gem, let me actually tab out. I have the information up over here. So, like, you do the $25 rift, and then you have a 4.5% chance of there being a, they say 5-star gem, but it's not. It's a question mark at a 5-star gem. So, that's most likely going to be a 2 out of 5, meaning a 2-star gem. And there is no way to upgrade that to like a 3 and then a 4 and then a 5. Like, it just doesn't do that apparently, which is kind of shocking. Like, I don't. That's weird. You'd think you could do that, but so you know. And then on top of that, okay, yeah. And then it's a 75% like for that to be a 2 out of 5, right? And then there's a 1% chance for that to be an actual 5-star gem, 5 out of 5, right? So it's a 4.5% chance just to have the blank out of 5 gem drop, and then a 1% on top of that for it to be a 5-star gem, right? So that's insane, okay? Like 169 spent $10,000 so far and has not received a single gem, right? A single 5-star gem. And people are saying, I mean, there's some RNG, you could spend, $25 and get on your first one. You'd be, I mean, people win the lottery, Doesn't mean that that's just a normal thing, right? On average, yeah, this like Diablo Immortal, I don't even know what they're doing. It's like they took every single thing in every mobile game, every predatory, shitty business tactic, and they amped it up to astronomical levels, like to the point where it's almost like a joke or something. And it just shows like how little Blizzard thinks of their users. Like, we're just meat to them, basically. We're not people. We're not humans. No, we're just meat, and we're meat that just we're filled with money, and they're just they need to get that money, It doesn't matter what it costs. It doesn't matter if like people commit suicide because they realize in 4 months that, oh my god, I've spent $20,000 on this mobile game and I haven't even gotten anything to show for it. Because if you spend like if you spend like $4,000 on Raid Shadow Legends, you'd probably have like every single legendary champion in the game or something, or close to that. I mean, odds are you wouldn't just have every single one. That would, that'd be a little ridiculous, like, because you can get duplicates, right? But like, you'd be so well off that you wouldn't have to do anything anymore in that game, right? You would just have like amazing, everything's amazing. You have everything you could ever need, and you're just full clearing all the content real quick, and it's just like trivialized, at that point, right? And that's the game everyone's saying is, oh, Raid Shadow Legends is the worst. Now, I play Raid Shadow Legends, I got into that because I was bored one day, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try this out, And it has cost me some money, so I am familiar with the predatory, malicious, like, just tactics that mobile games use, and it's just bad. It's like, especially on on the phone, like you don't really realize how much you're spending. Like, you don't see it. It would be like any sort of thing where it's just like $10 here, $10 there, $20 there, $40 there. You're thinking, there's nothing. It's just like going to Wendy's a couple times, but it adds up over the course of 6 months. I spent like over like $1,300 on Raid Shadow Legends, and when I realized that, I had to go into my bank account and like add it all up individually. I did, just because I was like, how much have I spent, And yeah, it was a lot. Like, I didn't think it was even that much. I was thinking like, yeah, I probably spent like, $500 or $600, It was, a little bit more than that apparently. And I felt like dying. Like, I felt like it's like not good. Like, I don't have much money. I really don't. And I'm like facing like homelessness basically, and like it's like I really, that's money that I couldn't have afforded to have spent on a mobile game, right? But at least in Raid Shadow Legends, I got something from that. I got stuff. At least that. Whereas in Diablo Immortal, you literally get nothing. You get nothing, right? And that's just so crazy to me. It's like, I don't know. But yeah, one thing that they use in these mobile games is like, what's it called? Sunk cost fallacy, right? The sunk cost fallacy. So, and it's gotten me a couple times, right? So like, you spend $10, you get nothing. You don't want to just waste $10, so it's like, you spend $10 more, Now you spent $20 and you got nothing. Well, that's $20 down the drain. Like, I get nothing from that, and then you're like, all right, let's spend 20 more. Now you spend $40 and you got nothing, and now you're angry, and now you spend $40 more. Now you spend $80, and let's just say, oh, you got something. You got a legendary champion in Raid Shadow Legends or whatever. Woo! It cost $80. Was that worth it? No. but you did it. You spent it. You know, that's what the sunk cost fallacy is, where you spend money, you get nothing. You don't want it to be a waste. You've invested money and you've gotten nothing back, so you keep going. You keep going. It doesn't matter how much it costs. You keep going until you get it. And sometimes you don't get it, and you're at like $120, and you still don't get it, and then you're just angry. You hate yourself. You wanna, you just want to pass away at that point, right? That's happening in Diablo Immortal, but to like 10 times the level, right? Where people spending thousands of dollars and getting nothing, and then now they're thousands of dollars deep with nothing. Imagine that. Imagine that, right? It'd be like how those NFT people feel with their little monkey pictures or whatever. You know, they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars and get nothing from that and have nothing to show for it. And then, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a little different because, like, in this kind of mobile game situation, like, you're like, well, there's the chance. Maybe they'll get it. Maybe I'll get it now. You know, maybe it's just $10 away and I'll get it. You know, I've sunk $10,000 into it. What's another 10? You know, so yeah. Basically, what I'm getting at here is Diablo Immortal is like, it's a mobile game on steroids. Not even steroids. It's insane. It's just completely, I don't know who, I think it's as if they thought, well, if we make this like 1,000 times more expensive than another game, then people will spend 1,000 times as much money, and we'll make 1,000 times as more. We'll be 1,000 times more successful than Raid Shadow Legends. You know, that's what the genius in the boardroom was thinking, or something. And that's just not how it works, because it's like nobody's like, people like Quinn69, they're making the sacrifice, right? They're showing us like this isn't possible, it's not feasible. So people, they're not going to fall into the trap. They're not going to get nickeled and dimed 10, 20 here and there, because they see $10,000 gets them nothing. And so they're like, oh, well, I'm not even going to bother, So, people shitting on, like, the streamers who are, like, doing that, like, Asmongold's doing it, too, where he's, like, spending money, but in a way where he's, like, shitting on the game, right? Where he's just like, ooh, it only cost me $6,000 to, like, yeah, it's just sad, though, because, yeah, it's just Blizzard just really, they don't care at all. At all. Like, you're not a person to them anymore, like, it's just in all their games, like they like across the board, they've been just mistreating their user base and just really just treating them like they're dumb, right? Like if you notice in World of Warcraft, since late Legion, all the voice acting suddenly slowed down a bit. It's like all the characters are talking in slow motion. Just listen, watch any cutscene. You'll notice they talk like this. No, Arthas. You cannot do that, and like they talk in slow motion, because I'm thinking they think so little of their player base that they're like, well, these people are stupid. They're so stupid that we need to slow down the voice acting. We need to talk really slowly for them so they understand, and then the writing is just the worst writing of all time. And, it's because they think you can't handle that, And then here they are popping out their first mobile game, and here's what they think they can get away with, because they think you're that stupid. They think they can get you to spend $100,000 on a Diablo Immortal character, which would be how much it would cost to like max it out. Your character, right? That's what they think, but they're wrong. They're gonna be making some money maybe here, but like, I don't know. Hopefully not too much, because if they do succeed with this, doesn't matter, the PR doesn't matter at all. They'll just say, well, we made $20 million, so put out another mobile game, which they are already, the World of Warcraft phone game or whatever. But, yeah, it's just tough, right? It's tough out here, I mean, in this economy, like, people, gas prices are so high, like, people can't afford to waste money on this kind of shit, where you will get addicted. You will get addicted. Like I play, like I said, Raid Shadow Legends, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm probably addicted. I'm definitely addicted to it. I don't spend money on it anymore, because once I realized how much I spent a little more after that. But like, then I completely shut off, with that, and I don't spend anything else on there. And it's just like, yeah, they got me. Raid Shadow Legends, they got me. But don't let Blizzard get you. Don't let them get you, because it's going to be 10 times worse. than Raid Shadow Legends was for me, you know? There's a loud owl. 10 times worse. And it's just disgusting. God. And then, yeah, they were saying, like, oh, yeah, gameplay first, you know, yeah. Well, make a good game. They made the worst game of all time. Right? Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel good about Diablo 4. I mean, I honestly have not felt good about Diablo 4, pretty much the whole time. Yeah. As soon as they started showing us the legendary items and, like, the talent tree, you know, like, as soon as they showed that, I'm like, oh, okay, this game's gonna be awful, right? Because they don't know what they're doing anymore. They don't really make games anymore at Blizzard. Like, Overwatch was their last thing they made. And that was a great game, Overwatch. And then Overwatch 2 is going to be coming out, and they're going to be completely changing Overwatch. Like, all the changes are going into that game, too. And they're not even good changes. Everyone hates them. The pacing of the game is just ruined. It no longer feels like Overwatch. It feels more like Call of Duty. And it's just so weird. It's like they're so incompetent. They had a game of the year. They had an amazing game, and they're like, well, let's just change it completely. Yeah. It's like, and you know, this is the kind of decision making that they're doing to release Diablo Immortal. You know, where you know, it costs $10,000 for you to get literally nothing. Like nothing. If you spend $10,000 on Raid Shadow Legends, you'd be like co-owner of fucking the company, you know? Like you know, like how can you get nothing? It's insane. It was a short reign. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much all. It's kind of just like a rant, you know. Oh, actually, you know what? I could get into something a little bit about Raid Shadow Legends versus Diablo Immortal. Just real quick. Just going over, like, cost, right? So, for this 5-star gem, like I said, it's a question mark out of 5, 4.5% chance of that to drop, and then a 1% for that drop to be a 5-star gem, right? 5 out of 5. So that is a 0.045% chance, apparently, according to people who did math. So I'm just going to take their word for it. 0.005? Oh, no, yeah, 0.045, okay? Now, in Raid Shadow Legends, you know, they have shards, okay? And, sorry if there's isn't really gameplay going on here, but by the way, if you haven't noticed, so it's more just like a video you just listen to, kind of, while you do something else. Just throwing out, letting you know. So, in Raid Shadow Legends, there are, like, ancient shards, and then sacred shards, really. We won't get into void shards, but, like, you generally want to open these on 2 times events, where you have twice the chance of getting a legendary champion, right? And that's kind of like the almost equivalent of a 5-star gem, basically, in Diablo Immortal. Now, in Diablo Immortal, you can spend upwards of $10,000 and not get anything, so, it could cost $20,000. It could cost $30,000, right? In Raid Shadow Legends, the Ancient Shards on the 2 times event will have a 1% chance of giving you a legendary, meaning you would need 100 of those shards. Now, between those events, you can easily save up for free 30 to 50 or more Ancient Shards, right? And then Ancient Shards are basically priced at $1 each. Meaning, on average, it would cost you, if you open between those events and just you want one, you want a legendary, like, you want to hit that average or whatever, it could cost $50 to reach that average. And then have that average chance of getting a legendary, right? $50, right? That was, like, prior to Diablo Immortal, that was, like, awful. Everyone's complaining, everyone's saying, this is outrageous, but now that seems like it's free. $50 versus like 50,000. Yeah. And then they also have sacred shards in Raid Shadow Legends, and on a 2 times event you would have a 12% chance of getting a legendary champion. So yeah, those odds, and you can collect those for free right now. I'm looking at it right now. I have 6 sacred shards just saved up from the last event, just free. Because in the late game you can kind of farm them out, And then I have 58 ancient shards just sitting there, right? that I didn't pay for. I haven't spent money, in forever on this, right? That's just like, yeah, like this is what a horrible pay to win game what is, like Raid Shadow Legends, where it's just like, man, $50, and then, you'll get your little legendary, right? But that, like, it just comparably, it just doesn't seem that bad, I don't know. But yeah, that's just a little comparison to, kind of like, because most people don't play mobile games, and a lot of people, this is the Diablo Immortal is like their first time, like, kind of seeing this kind of stuff. And I mean, it's all typical, except they turned it up to a new level in Diablo Immortal with the shop. But like, that's kind of what you could expect from like Raid Shadow Legends. Like, I spent $1,300 on that game, but I'm more than good now. Like, I don't need to spend a penny ever again, on Raid Shadow Legends. Like, I'm more than fine. I spent too much, obviously, but like, just for like being, getting to a good spot in the game, getting to the end game and farming out like the end game and stuff, it would not cost that much. It could cost hundreds of dollars, right? Which, at the end of the day, I mean, that is what it is, right? You can spend hundreds of dollars on a card game, right? Easily. So, it's expensive, but, it is what it is. But yeah, that's just like, is this thing even, how long is this video? This thing's just like been frozen on 9 minutes and a half for like, who knows how long. I thought I'm like, oh wow, it's only been 9 minutes. Oh, I guess I'll keep going. How long has this been? Oh my, all right, well, I'm assuming how long's this been? It's probably been like 30 minutes. Oh, damn it. Okay, well, take a look at my guy. Look at that. Isn't that great? He's like a little guy, look at that. Woo! Okay, yeah. Let me, let me end this then. I guess, oops. But that's pretty much it, Stay away from Diablo Immortal. Don't even think about touching it. It's a warning. I'm warning you. Don't. It doesn't even look like it's that addicting of a game, honestly, because like it really just, I don't know. There's nothing about it that really seems like it would actually like lock you in, get you addicted. But like, I don't know, if it does, you're gonna be homeless. Like, you're gonna be ruined. So don't do it. Don't support Blizzard. I mean, maybe you play Diablo 4 when it comes out. Maybe support them a little bit, maybe. But like, don't support this garbage. All right, goodbye.